Day 426, 22 for 22. Good morning. Hope this finds you well. Please stay in your fight. Don't quit. Back on normal schedule today, which is good. Kids start their first day of school of the 2018-2019 school year. Kids are kind of excited. I think so are the parents. But no, it's. I look at my life as a whole. I don't look at it microcosmically. Now, I used to get stuck in a particular area and then just drive down on it and either suck up the problem and just sit in it or try to do something about it. Now I try to look at the whole picture and try to bring that to you guys. Like with the kids, starting school can be somewhat traumatic because it's the fear of the unknown. What's going to happen this year? Am I going to like my teacher? Am I going to like my fellow students? Am I going to get in trouble for a bad grade? Am I going to get rewarded for a good grade? There's just so many different variables in life that even our kids face some of them. Now, definitely not as severe as adulting in many cases, but it's still fear of the unknown to them. And I think we ourselves as adults, veterans, have gone through enough to where we can have that we don't lose that fear and actually gain some, especially when we've gone and done things that, one, we're either not proud of, or two, well, really, no humans should see what most of our combat vets have seen. So, and then that becomes some fear of the unknown, fear of the known, because we realize there's threats everywhere. And that goes even for your non-combat vets that know that threats are everywhere. I'm always looking. If you notice, even here, I'm still looking left and right, and this is a secure freaking neighborhood for the most part. Because you just never know where it's going to come from. So you gotta have your guard up. I'm hyper vigilant about my health. I'm pretty hyper vigilant about my security, and that of my family. So there's a lot to how we feel. And we can't diminish how we feel because it's there and it's not going away. But if you're in a bad spot, and I'm going to switch gears here, but if you're in a bad spot, you have to figure out how to mitigate that enough to be able to function and get through it and have a good quality of life. Now to the switch gears. The data that I've looked up and read into, a lot of the PTSD is PTSD. So please, I'm not a clinical psychologist. I didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, if you remember the ads. But what I will say is the empirical data points to it's more survivor guilt, in reliving that moment in which that person, that brother, that sister perished or was severely wounded, along with whatever happened to you. The mind's eye remembers. I mean, I try to remember only the good. I've got some mind's eye pictures from Egypt, and a couple of them are not too pretty either. But the mind's eye does not forget. And it can be repressed, but it'll come out in other ways, or it'll stay repressed until something triggers it. I know of cases of PTSD that really didn't show up until 30 years after the incident occurred. And like I said, I'm not a clinical psychologist, and I'm not trying to talk out my ass here either. But the human condition, the human mind, the human element in this is vast because everybody's experience is different. There's the sexual assault trauma survivor. There's the one that survived the IED. There's the one that survived the mortar round that came in on their position. And this goes for all branches and all soldiers of all of their nations. And that's just the war stuff. That doesn't count, health problems and what led to them. For me, my heart, that's a big trigger, and that has nothing to do with war. But I definitely have PTSD. You saw a little bit of it yesterday, and you guys see little snippets, and I don't know what y'all think of that, but and it's severe enough to me, and it was traumatic. I mean, one, I've died. And number two, coming back from open heart surgery, I don't want to do that again. That was 11 pain on a scale of 10 coming out of that into that recovery. It's not a searing pain like I would imagine hot shrapnel ripping through your body is. But that's still that crushing everything in your body is trying to wake back up, and everything hurts. Your chest, if you breathe wrong, it hurts. It fucks you up. I mean, it depends upon your situation on how you're fucked up. And the thing is you can unfuck yourself to a point. Like I said, we're some of all of our experiences, so we're not going to get rid of everything. But we can learn to mitigate it and learn to operate, and as I said a ton of times, operate within the new normal. And I know some people hate that phrase, but it is what it is. It is your new normal, because you're not the same as you were, and you will never be, depending on the case. Now the thing is you can operate inside that new normal and be happy. I'm living proof. My mental state when it comes to how my life is going is pretty damn good now. I'm still worried about my heart because things are not right in there. Never will be. But I try to live my life to the fullest. I'm trying to raise 5 kids. I'm trying to have a successful career. It took me a while to get to the career too. My life ain't perfect. It looks perfect, but it ain't. And the thing is I'm happy. It took me a long time to get to happy. I would say from 2002 through 2008, I would say were real shitty years. I mean, I had met Becky and things were good there, but as far as my mental state, nah, I was a shit sandwich. And it's from 2008 on, really working on myself, pushing myself to get outside my comfort zone to try to get back to some sense of my normalcy, is when my life started to improve. And I'm not saying you can get out there and fix shit and freaking be, rip-roaring happy to freaking tomorrow. No, it's a journey, and you need to take that journey because life is worth living. Life is worth taking those out of that comfort zone and doing something you wouldn't normally do now because you're stuck where you are. And whether that's in the past or in one specific incident, you need to try to get out and push push out of that comfort zone of, and I hate to say it, because I've sat in it too, that comfort zone of miserableness that and work towards getting out of that comfort zone into a new comfort zone that isn't miserable. All right, I've been pushing 9 minutes here. Holy shit. All right, push ups. Oh God, the shoulders are not happy. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 1 for the airborne ranger in the sky. 1 for the infantry. 1 for the fallen. Alright, so holy crap, pushing over 10 now. Anyway, stay in your fight, don't quit. If you believe this message is helping, please share. Try to help somebody else if you think it will. If you need help, seek help. Get it from friends, family, professionals. But please, whatever you do, do not use suicide as a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You got this. See you here tomorrow. Tough out.